Great Plains. Vast flatlands spanning the central United States. From Minnesota in the north to Texas in the south. But life isn't always this peaceful for the countless small towns that populate the American heartland. Every year, this quiet, wide-open landscape undergoes an ominous transformation. Warmed by the growing power of the sun, the simmering fields of the Midwest begin to heat the air above, creating a dangerous change in the weather. Gigantic clouds begin to build. Rising as high as 9 miles, these foreboding forces of nature begin to intensify, growing into violent storms. The gigantic thunderstorms that form here are among the most awe-inspiring on our planet. Vast swirling clouds 20 miles wide roll across the landscape, unleashing lightning, hail, and rain upon the fields below. But sometimes these weather systems create a force of far greater power. A power that gives this region its name: Tornado Alley. Tornadoes pack the most powerful winds on our planet. Rotating at speeds up to 300 miles per hour, this is Mother Nature's greatest show on Earth. These whirlpools of wind are unimaginably powerful. And when they make contact with human beings, they become one of the most deadly forces on Earth.
Oh my gosh. There's a tornado right there. Right there. You look at that. And then you get in that bathroom. See it? It is right there on the ground. Oh my God.
May 10th, 2008. A powerful tornado hits the small mining town of Pitcher, Oklahoma. It's the deadliest twister to strike the state this decade. In a few violent seconds, residents see their town reduced to rubble by the supersized tornado.
My first thought was the size of that thing. It was huge coming at us, and it turned out to be, I think, in places up to a mile wide. The whole system was rotating. It was just a scary, eerie thing, and then you'd see smaller vortexes coming off of this thing. And then you'd get to a point where you could see the main vortex that went up and funneled out. It was huge.
I said, it'll be okay. I said, I've seen so many of them down through the years, and they always go up. But this time it didn't go up. Didn't I yell at you? I think at this time I'm screaming, and I said, Tommy, it didn't go up, it didn't go up. And he's screaming back at me to get in the house.
The citizens of Pitcher prepare to ride out the tornado by barricading themselves in their homes.
And you can see it's already started. And it's right here, it's just a block from me. And you can just feel the air is changing. Everything is getting colder. And he's locking the deadbolt on the door, and I'm looking at him and I'm going, what are you thinking? That's not going to stop it. I started to feel a lot of terror. And I'm screaming, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
With the tornado now directly overhead, all the residents can do is hold on as the monster wind goes to work, tearing the town apart, piece by piece. By the time the tornado moves on, all that remains is destruction.
As you can see, it took the concrete floor clear off of the pad. Half of the house, the concrete was even taken off.
The concrete that's laying over there upside down is the concrete floor that was in this bedroom.
The devastation was just complete. My first feeling was, that's my neighborhood I grew up in, and it was gone.
The town is destroyed, but the real cost is in human lives. The twister kills 8 people and seriously injures 1 in 10 of Pitcher's residents. But just how powerful was this churning tornado? Tim Marshall is an engineer who assesses tornado damage. Today, he's off to examine the aftermath of the Pitcher tornado to piece together exactly what happened. From the air, the destruction shows the track of the tornado clearly. It cut directly through the heart of Pitcher, destroying everything in its path.
What I'm looking at right now is a devastation that goes right from one end of town to the other through the southern end of Pitcher, Oklahoma. We have trees that are down, torn, uprooted, and mangled. We have cars that appear to be crumpled up. Some of them appear to be thrown.
It's clear the raging twister was over 5 blocks wide when it crossed through the town below. Tim Marshall documents the extreme damage so he can understand exactly how these winds tear homes apart.
A tornado has really 3 types of motions. It has a rotating motion, and then it has a lateral motion that comes on in, and then it has an upward motion. So you have all 3 of those coming together in a tornado, and that's what does a tremendous amount of damage.
The destruction is complete. There are no plans to rebuild Pitcher. This small town stood for 120 years before it was wiped off the map by the tornado in less than a minute. Again and again, tornadoes prove they're strong enough to level entire towns. But how did these violent whirlwinds do so much damage? And what speeds do they reach when they turn into killer storms?